Hey, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. This is Tammy Washington. Actually, now Tammy Washington Decension. You guys, I got married. So I know a lot of you guys who've been following me before have probably been like, oh my gosh, girl, where are you? Where have you been? Planning a wedding and getting married. But with that said, over the course of the last couple months or so, I have gotten a lot of questions from people who've seen like my old videos, or they've seen me on other channels like Ebony Ladies in the DR, or even Noberis, who also, definitely please check out those channels, guys. And they will talk to you more about their moves to the Dominican Republic. But the number one question I get from people all the time is, how can you afford to live in the Dominican Republic? What did you do? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my story. Please pay attention, take some notes, because it really is great. And I think that it could really help a lot of people, regardless of if you want to live on an island or not, or if you want to live abroad or not, literally how you can make money from anywhere. That's what I should have named this: how to make money from anywhere. So when I got ready for my move, I did not move just out of the blue, like, oh, I want to move to the Dominican Republic. A lot of people think that, but I didn't. I actually moved to be with my now husband. Okay. So I moved for love. So therefore, I had to figure out how I was going to make money. I was a corporate trainer before that. A corporate trainer, I use my voice to speak. I speak English. How am I going to move to a Spanish-speaking culture? I had all these questions in my mind. And so I did the tradition. I looked at all the traditional jobs that people say. The number one thing people will say is teaching. I was like, okay, I don't really like kids like that. Nothing against them. I just don't want to be a teacher. Or going and working for the government, which is actually very difficult to get. Like you have to have really specialized knowledge, things like that. And so the last thing for most people will tell you is that you have to pretty much be an entrepreneur. So that's the first thing I'm going to start with, guys. The best thing that you can do is to be an entrepreneur, to start a business, to find a way to bring in income on your own without having to rely on somebody else saying yes to you. All right. So when I was getting ready for my journey, I kept asking around, doing research, trying to figure it out. And I actually reached out to one of my mentors who had moved to the Dominican Republic a few years before. Okay. And she'd actually lived in the Dominican Republic, I think, for about 5 months or so. And so I reached out to her and I said, well, you'll know, how did you, create income? And she said, well, at that time, she said, I was making money in the foreign exchange market. And I was like, what is that? And she, started kind of explaining to me the foreign exchange market. And so she said, yeah, it was great because you can just go in, you can trade, you make money online. And if you have any way of being able to do that, you should also start looking at how you can start creating some residual income, right? So join some sort of a network marketing company that you can create residual income with. And that was basically her advice. And so then I went on my journey, and I remembered that about a year before, a really great friend of mine had spoken to me about how she was learning Forex. And it just so happened that she was also joining a network marketing company as well with it. And so I went to her and said, hey, okay, can you tell me about this? Can you tell me what to do? And so she said, yeah. She said, there's a whole academy you can join. You can take the classes. It's going to teach you everything that you need to know. So that's what I did. Literally 2 years ago in April, I started my academy, and I started learning how to make money in the foreign exchange market. Went through my whole academy in just like a weekend, right? And then I started getting on with live mentors, okay? So those live mentors, when we would get onto the session, the live mentors are actually telling us like when to buy and when to sell. So for me, that was a huge help because I wasn't trying to just do it myself, right? I was literally getting onto live sessions, and they were basically telling us. And while I was on the live sessions, I was learning how those mentors were actually seeing it, because they're showing you the chart. And I'm like, oh, okay, so first he's looking at this line, then he's looking at this line. And when those two lines cross, we know we're about to make some money. Literally, it was like that. So I learned my first strategy, my first real strategy. Now, because the company that I work with is a network marketing company, there's a lot of SEC rules and things like that. So we can't make income claims. So I can't say like, oh, I made so much money on this, but call me and I'll tell you how much. Okay. Can't do it out on YouTube. But I will say this. I very quickly started making money in the market. And I think the first strategy that I learned had 3 steps. It was literally like when you guys probably wouldn't know what I said if I say like the 50, the 40, 200, all that stuff. So I don't want to confuse you. But let's just say when the blue line and the black line cross, okay, if the black line crosses down over the blue line, we're going to sell. If the black line crosses up over the blue line, we're going to buy. You know, I started learning how to read the charts. So I started the academy in April. And I started trading and I started making money that same month. Okay. Within that same month also, because I was making money, I was like, oh, and so I started telling my friends and family. And so I actually built up the residual side of the business as well. And so a lot of people will ask me all the time, well, with Forex, I keep hearing that you have to build a business. No, you don't have to build a business. That's crazy. Nobody can make you do anything, right? It's two completely separate things, you know, like literally. Two completely separate things. I have my investor hat, and then when I'm done investing and trading, I put on my business owner hat, you know, and I'm telling people about this amazing product and service where they can learn how to make money online. So I started doing that. And so within the first month, I actually started building up a residual income. So with that residual income, and please take note of this, guys, what I did is I started paying down my bills, okay? I started paying down my bills. Please do that. One of the great things about moving abroad is that you got to kind of really take a look at your finances. And most of us, the reason why you can't live out of the country or live on an island or go just pick up and just go and just kind of live a life of freedom, the reason why we can't do it is not because we don't make enough. Most of the time it's because we spend too much. We have too much attachment. Okay. So one of the things I highly recommend to people who are thinking about moving abroad is start making money, extra money now before you leave, and start cutting down some of the bills that you are currently carrying. Because if you can find a way to cut down on some of those bills when you move abroad, you're going to put yourself in a better position. Okay. So you want to be in a great position. And that means not having a whole bunch of debt following you around. And really, we shouldn't be having a whole bunch of debt anyway. So I took that extra income I had on the residual side, and I was literally snowballing that money and paying stuff down. So within 4 months, so 4 months after I joined this academy and I started trading and building a residual income, I was ready. I had enough money. I was like, okay, here we go. So August of that year, I actually moved here to the Dominican Republic. You guys can actually go to some of the first videos on my channel where I start talking about the Dominican Republic, and you'll actually see like the weekend that I moved in. Okay, so that's what I did, guys. That's what I did. I started off with Forex, okay, which is kind of a set it and forget it, right? You're going to go, you're looking at the charts, you're going to put in a trade, and then that trade, it may take 10 minutes to hours to days to take profit, but you basically set it so that you can forget it. You've put in what's called a stop loss, which is like an insurance policy, so that if your trade goes in the wrong direction, it knocks you out of the trade. So for me, that was kind of the lifestyle I wanted. I did not want to come here and be sitting in front of a computer all day. I wanted to be out enjoying the beach. I wanted to be making new friends. Like I think the first month that I was here, I was like, I think I checked out every single restaurant in the Bávaro area. I live in Punta Cana, for those of you guys who don't know. And more specifically in the Bávaro area of Punta Cana. And so I had an active lifestyle. Like I would go to the pool every single day. Like I was enjoying the fact that I was living on an island. And I would literally take maybe 1 to 2 trades per day, but I was taking really good trades that were producing income. Okay, so I started with Forex, and then I started learning binary options, which was a whole nother level of excitement, because what I really learned is that you could actually make money in minutes. So instead of having to wait hours for your trade to take profit and, you know, keep checking it, because when you're at the beach, you don't want to have to check your phone, right? And be like, okay, what's going on with my trades? Are we in profit? Okay, good. Let me make sure we're still in profit, you know? Sometimes you just want to take the trade and be done with it. And so I learned how to take trades in 3 to 5 minutes. And the first strategy that I used in Forex, learning that strategy, I actually brought that over recently to binary options, and it works. So literally you can take the same strategies and make money off of it in Forex and in binary options. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So now that's that's 3 streams of income. And this was all through the same academy. Okay. This is all through the same academy. We also offer digital currency. So I then started learning about digital currency, which was even better for people who are really looking to just create kind of a relaxed early retirement lifestyle. Okay. the reason why I really love digital currency is because, like, well, I can only speak for our platform. So the platform that I'm on, we get on, the mentors tell us exactly what to put our money in. We put however much money we want, $20, $25, $30, $100, $200, whatever. We put that money in and we let that money grow, okay? And what I love more than anything, guys, like, it's so amazing because do you guys remember a couple months ago when XRP was going through that huge lawsuit and everybody was dumping and selling their XRP? Guys, our mentors told us to stay in. They're like, no, 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 no. They're going to win the lawsuit. This thing is going to turn around. You want to keep your XRP. So I got into XRP when it was at 17 cents, okay? 17 cents. So I bought a bunch because it was 17 cents. Well, as of today, XRP is $1.57. So you can imagine what that investment looks like right now. So literally, when it comes to, and I'm invested in multiple digital currencies. I usually only do the ones that our mentors recommend. There are a lot that are very popular right now. I'm not going to say any names, but there's some that are very popular right now that people put their money in, and our mentors are like, you don't want to put your money there. Don't want to put your money there. All hype, no usage, right, for the coin. So be careful about just putting your money in there with random coins, guys. You really want to make sure that you're researching or at least getting, some advice on what you're putting your money into, right? That's what I love. So yeah, that's basically how I did it. So between Forex, taking a couple trades here and there, excuse me, HFX, which is our binary options, and just taking some money in minutes, basically. I only trade like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't trade on Mondays. I don't trade on Fridays. Those days are just reserved for either, having fun, relaxing, or it's also reserved for building my business. That's a lot of times where I take care of my people, where I'm like, hey, how are your investments going? What's going on? As of right now, okay, and I started 2 years ago, guys. As of right now, I have over 300 investors on my team, and I'm so excited because we've helped people to have some amazing success stories, and I'm so proud of everybody on our team. I'm so grateful for all the people who joined in this thing with me and who saw the vision and who were able to see that, man, we've got to start doing money different. We got to start doing money different, because I will say, normally this conversation has not been reserved for people that look like me. Let's just keep it real. When you think about who is investing, usually it's men, and usually it's white men. I think only 8% of investors are actually women. And out of those, only 1% are African American. And I'm going to tell you guys, with the type of gains that we are seeing with cryptocurrency, ladies, we have to learn. Our future generations depend on it. You don't want to be that person looking back 20 years from now and being like, why didn't I get some Bitcoin? Why didn't I get some Ethereum? By the way, our academy was telling us to get into Ethereum when it was at 700. It's over 3,000 right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it when I just see my investments grow. For those people who don't know me, I'm actually very, very frugal. I'm very, very frugal. I know people look at me all the time and they're like, she shops all the time. So I am actually very, very frugal. I actually like seeing my money grow. Even like, this is really bad, but like in my 20s, I was really bad. I was always paying my bills at the very last minute because I just hated seeing the money leave my account. I love seeing money in my account. I love seeing it grow. But yeah, so I just want to say I'm grateful for everybody who's on my team. Over the course of the last, I want to say 2 months, we've got 3 new people who put in 2 weeks notices. Come on. One of them is an actual couple. The wife, she quit her job first. She was a nurse. Her husband makes over 6 figures working for an amazing, huge corporation in the US. I won't name names or whatever, but he just put in his 2 weeks notice, okay, because these people are truly replacing their income with trading and investment income. And it's just amazing. As a matter of fact, just to be real, I don't tell people how much I make because I think it's rude to ask people like, how much money do you make? Okay. So if you come at me with that, I'm gonna be like, that's rude. How much money do you make? Okay. But what I will say, because I know that's always a question people have, is it lucrative? I have surpassed my corporate income with what I'm doing now. And I'm doing it living on an island. Okay. Again, I don't spend frivolously. I'm actually saving up for a car right now, but honestly, like I wouldn't even need it here because I live in a beach town. I walk everywhere. And the few times when I do need to go places or we go and we travel to other parts of the island, I just rent a car for the weekend or for the week or however much, you know, because I left my car in the US. So, you know, yeah, I have a freedom-based lifestyle. People say, well, what time do you wake up? I don't set an alarm. Now, my body normally wakes up sometime between like 8, usually 8 and 9, something like that. My body just wakes up on its own. And so I'm just grateful for this lifestyle. I'm really grateful. Even if I didn't live in the Dominican Republic, I'm just grateful for this lifestyle. And I want to help as many people get there as possible. So right now, I'm actually, I have a brand new program that I'm working on right now called Corporate Income Beach Lifestyle. And it's all about helping you all to be able to create a life of freedom. All right, so that you can live anywhere. You can create any amount of income. You should not have caps on your income. You should be able to decide how much you make, not your company. Okay, so with that said, if you have any questions concerning trading, investing, moving to the Dominican Republic, please reach out to me, guys. You can definitely reach out to me on Instagram, Tammy Washington Speaks. I'm also on Facebook as Tammy Washington. Decention, it's actually my wedding name under there. Yeah, definitely let me know if you have any questions because I'm always happy to help people, especially get started when it comes to trading and investing. All right, guys, thanks so much for coming on to my first YouTube Live. I hope you enjoyed it. And please let me know in the comments, what did you like about what I said? What other things do you want to know about so that I can just do a video for that? All right, have a great day, guys.